Hey guys, welcome to week 3 of the year 2024. So this is week 2 of Sika's Strengths Road to Anywhere squat program, as well as their bench program. I need to do a better job of recording kind of the accessory movements that are programmed in here as well. Sorry for that. And so week 2 of this program brings more good news. So you have the entire program in front of you, and with my max being 245, the numbers on the document that they send you for the program are staggering. Like, I mean, you guys will see when we get there, but I'm I guess a little anxious about kind of what's going to happen. Even this, right? So this is week 2, and I'm doing 180 pounds for like sets. And this is like mind-blowing to me that I'm able to even do this. I really didn't squat at all for 2 years, and then I spent 5 months squatting like once a week. And even on that, kind of the back down sets were, half of my, 1 rep max, which really only got to like 120 pounds ever. So I was doing like 5 sets of 10 at 120. But here I'm doing like, I don't even know, like 5 sets of 8 or 4 sets of 8 or whatever it is, and at 180 pounds, or they get even bigger, the numbers later. So absolutely wild numbers, but I feel like it's just on the edge of what I'm able to do. So this is kind of what I was hoping for with this program, and I think we'll see in a few more weeks whether or not this is like the whole thing's actually doable. But at least for this week, I mean, I'm pretty happy. And just look at that. I'm just going down, going up with 180 pounds. So, and I know like that was I was barely able to do that a few months ago. So, yeah, definitely super stoked with this program. The one thing I will say, I guess, is I'm not sure what the limiting factor is going to be, and I don't think it's going to be my quads. I think it might be my back. The problem that I've always had with squats is my body proportions. I think, make it to where I end up sort of leaning forward during the squat. That's why it's so important for me to have weightlifting shoes or powerlifting shoes, because that heel height really helps me get into a better position. So I think, in the first few reps, I'm okay, but maybe like the last couple, I can feel myself wanting to sort of move my pivot forward a little bit, and that is putting even more strain on my back, making it more of a lower back exercise, and that's not good. So definitely need to think more about that. I'm going to continue not lifting with a belt, so I don't think that would help with this anyways, but just a few of the thoughts that I'm having. So that's the big stuff. Onto the benching. The benching, it still really hasn't picked up for me. So, I'm trying to make the most of it. I, again, trust the process, and we're going to finish this through and see what happens. But, 95 pounds for 10, trying to get that full range of motion in. And you can see me at the bottom, maybe, trying to arch it as much as I can, sort of pull apart my chest muscles a little bit. So, this I don't think is going to be the most exciting, but nonetheless, getting it done. And, benching twice a week at least, instead of doing maybe 7 sets a week, now I'm doing, 10, and the volume's a little bit higher as well. So I'm hoping that, this pays off too. I was doing the math, right? So I want to do 1,000 pounds, and I think sort of quasi-realistic goals for how to get there. And this first one's kind of wild, is a 450 pound deadlift, a 325 pound squat, and a 225 pound bench. I feel like that bench maybe is a little bit too low, but anyways, I think somewhere around there is kind of going to be kind of the sweet spot. And yeah, we'll see how far I am after these 8 weeks, and I'm debating whether or not I should continue for another month or two to try to hit that 1,000 pound goal if I get anywhere close, or if I should just leave it for the end of this year, maybe like November or December or something. The goal is it's tricky, right? Because I've always wanted to kind of just get like low body fat, and it's always been sort of a motivational thing for me. But over the last 6 months or so, I guess I've proven to myself that I can work out continuously, follow at least a workout plan, sort of follow a diet plan. So I feel like I want to carry this momentum into something like more hypertrophy work, and trying to just lose fat. But we'll see how that goes. I've been trying to figure out how to also put in maybe like some kind of cable machine into this room. So maybe like turn the power rack like 90 degrees clockwise, and maybe add something on the right side of the screen here. Anyways, those are just my general thoughts. So this is what I'm talking about. 190 pounds and just up and down. And man, I guess we'll see at the end of this how it works. But so far 2 weeks in, highly recommending this program. But again, that's only 2 weeks in, and who knows what'll happen later. It's good. I was also debating maybe getting shoes that have a higher heel than the one that I have, but I don't think it's been too big of an issue, so we'll just keep going with it. Yeah. So 2024 rolling along. Feeling good about these workout goals at least being hit. I don't know what you guys have as sort of workout goals. I've always had sort of more vague, I think, numbers in mind and stuff when I was younger. It was like, I want to work out more, or I want to get to 12% body fat, I think was one of my goals like 2 years ago. It didn't happen. I probably worked out more because of it, but it wasn't a specific enough. I didn't have a specific enough route to get there. So that was a little bit difficult. So I feel like this year, I have the specific goals, and I have the motivation, the discipline, I guess, and the external motivation, I guess, of like recording these videos that makes it, I think, more likely that I'll be able to achieve my goals. So, I will say I've struggled for many years to do some of these things that I'm trying to do. And a lot of it has to do with, I think, just not having the time, or, having external stressors. So, there's a lot that's fortunate for me at this time that makes it easier for me to, accomplish these goals. But, at some point you just kind of got to persist, and eventually, if you don't do that, you're probably never going to reach those goals. So anyways, I'm happy I persisted. I'm happy that the stars have sort of aligned on this workout journey, and we're making good progress. I guess in other news, I weigh 178 pounds. I didn't really mean to lose weight. I've been hitting the, about 180 grams of protein per day. But yeah, I think I've had a harder time eating lately maybe. And I guess I've been burning a little bit more calories than I was before. So, I think as this program rolls along, luckily I have, something else kind of up my sleeve, and that is calories. So, if it gets pretty hard and I feel like, maybe I'm not able to do the workouts, I can always, I think, eat a little bit more, and that might make it a little bit more feasible to do this. But as usual, good sleep, less stress, drink, water, get enough protein, do the usual stuff. Anyways, I'm just rambling at this point. I didn't record day 4, but yeah, I'll see you guys next time, and hopefully things keep progressing.